Hey, folks, I'm Big Sam, and I've done it the wrong way for a long, long time. Uh, Today, we're going to talk about developing others, kind of piggybacking on what we talked about a few weeks ago about the people that developed us. Now, we're going to talk about how to pay that forward, how to develop others. Uh, if you've seen the last couple of weeks, we're doing T-shirt, or in this case, long sleeve T-shirt series, and doing things that had some shirts that I like. And the one I'm wearing now, if you recognize it, you'll recognize it. If you don't, it is a Jacksonville State Gamecock. No, I did not go to Jack State, but it is my hometown college. It's about 10 miles away from where I live. I am wearing this in honor of my son-in-law, who just graduated with his master's in biology, did some really cool stuff on cancer research, and I can't wait to see what he's going to do. It's going to be incredible to watch him grow. So, go Gamecocks. So, and yeah, I've done this for a long, long time. One of the things I did wrong is I had an opportunity to go to Jack State, didn't do it. Used to think leadership was about being the best, about being the smartest, about being the toughest, being the one with all the answers. And if I'm being honest, I thought I could outwork everybody, outthink everybody, solve every problem myself, and that would make me a good leader. At least that's what I thought when I was trying to become a better leader. Thought that's how you did it, and then couldn't figure out why I wasn't a good leader. Leadership, it ain't about you. I have those words up over my desk. It ain't about you. It ain't about me. It's about what happens to the people around you. If you're the only one getting better, if you're the only one learning, if you're the only one that knows how to handle things, then you're not building a team, you're building dependency. Sooner or later, it'll catch up with you. So if you're in any kind of leadership role, if you're a supervisor, a manager, a team lead, a trainer, a parent, a coach, or just somebody that people look up to, your job is simple. Your job is simple. Make the people around you better. That's what a leader is. Leadership is influence, John Maxwell. A leader influences people around them to be better. Make the people around you better. That's it. It's not about making yourself look good for the boss, not to prove you're the smartest person in the room, not to hold all the knowledge so everybody has to come to you. I've seen it. Your job is to grow people, because when people grow, the team grows. The workplace gets better. The home gets better. The culture gets better. Everybody wins. If you grow your team and your team performs better, the boss is going to take notice. They have to. If they don't take notice, then maybe it's time to find another boss. And we'll leave that there. Find a place where you can grow people better. Average leaders try to shine. Great leaders build others. I'll say it again. Average leaders try to shine. Great leaders build others. And if you are top leadership and you're looking for people who just shine, you're looking for the wrong ones. If you're a top level manager, you need to look for people who develop others. If you're a mid-level manager, you need to look for people that develop others. If you're a team leader, you need to look for people that develop others. So on and so forth, so on and so forth, so on and so forth. Where I work, we've got a guy that's stepping up to become a leader. And the thing that I saw that made me appreciate him more, that made me realize he's going to be a good leader, wasn't what he did. It wasn't what someone he led did, but when I saw someone he leads leading someone else, then I'm going, that guy's got it. Because it's flowing down, flowing down, flowing down. That's what leaders do. Average leaders want credit. Great leaders want progress. Average leaders say, look what I did. Great leaders say, look what they did. Look what they're becoming. That's the difference. Real leader doesn't just do the work, he teaches the work. And that they show somebody how. They explain why it matters. They give the why. They teach. They give people a chance to learn. They don't get insecure when somebody else starts doing good. That's important. I had a guy that I worked with. He actually reported to me. He was getting toward the end of his career, but he didn't want to share his information. Had a ton of information about what we did. He didn't want to share it because he thought that then we could do away with him. I had to inform him, not so pleasantly, that if he didn't share his information, that's what would cause us to get, to not be around him anymore. And then he started sharing his information. So some people don't grow others because they're scared. They're scared somebody might pass them up. They're scared somebody might get noticed. They're scared somebody might not need them anymore. That's small leadership. Real leadership says, I want you to get better. I want you to know what I know. Believe me, I want everybody around me, everybody that reports to me, and everybody in my vicinity to know the things that I know. I want to teach. So that's going to make my job easier. It's going to make the company better. It's going to make what other things that I do, everything that I do, everything I influence, it's going to be easier. I want you to be able to stand on your own. Because if everybody around you gets better, everything gets better. The load gets lighter. The team gets stronger. The problems get solved faster. And you stop being the bottleneck. And here's where most people miss it. Growing people is slow. It's going to take a while. You don't put somebody on a task, and when they mess it up, you go, I'm not putting them on that task anymore. No, you've got to work with them. It's inconvenient. It takes patience. You got to give people a safe space to fail, because they're going to fail. As long as they fail forward, it's okay. It takes repetition. Sometimes it'll wear you out. It'll mess with your head. It'll wear you down. You'll show somebody something once, they won't get it. You'll show them twice, they still mess it up. People are going to make mistakes. You explain it again, you start thinking, man, I could have already done this myself. And then you just get in a cycle of doing it yourself. And you're right. On the front end, you could do it yourself. But if you teach somebody, then they can do it, and they can do it, and they can do it. Doing it yourself doesn't build anything. It keeps everybody dependent on you. I've been guilty of that. I'd get frustrated. I'd step in, I'd take over, and I'd just elbow them out of the way. Let me do this. In the moment, it felt faster, but long term, wasn't helping anybody. Wasn't growing them, wasn't growing me. I was proving they still needed me. That's not leadership, that's control. A leader has to slow down long enough to teach. You got to be willing to explain the same thing more than once. You got to be willing to let somebody else struggle a little bit, at arm's length, of course. You got to be willing to watch them do it slower than you would. That's how they learn. Nobody gets better just by watching you be good at something. They get better when you let them try. People don't grow by accident. Growth is intentional. People don't just magically become better employees, better leaders, better communicators, or better problem solvers. Somebody has to invest in them. I'm sitting here because people invested in me. Somebody has to say, let me show you. Now you try it. Here's what went right. Here's what needs work. Coach them up. Don't just chew them out for messing it up. Now, then you tell them, hey, let's do it again. That's how they build confidence. That's how skill gets built. That's how leaders are made. To build somebody up, to show somebody something simple. There's a simple formula I learned a long time ago. First, you do it while they watch. Then they do it while you watch. Then you let them do it kind of at arm's length. Maybe you watch from over here somewhere, or let them start on it, go tackle another task, but keep watching them out of the corner of your eye. Then you let them do it by themselves. Then, like I talked about earlier, you let them do it while somebody else watches. And that cycle repeats and repeats and repeats. You show them how, let them try, let them fail, then you coach them through it. And that failure part matters, because guess what, folks? They're going to fail. As long as they fail forward, you got to help them out. Let them fail safely, let them fail forward, then they'll grow confidence. I'm not saying let people wreck the whole operation. I remember, and this was when I was in high school, I was a grill cook at Shoney's. And I can say this because they're out of business now, for the most part, at least this one is. They stuck me over on a grill and said, just do it. And the tickets were wrapping up around the little wheel, and I didn't have a clue what I was doing. and they thought I could learn it by just doing it. What I needed was somebody to help me. Now, the truth is, I was probably a little arrogant, a little cocky, but I didn't have anybody to help me and show me and walk me through it, and I never did learn. I think I left there and went hanging sheetrock or something. So let them fail forward. Don't let them wreck it. Don't let them get the wheel wrapped all the way around. And I'm not saying let them make mistakes that will hurt the customer or put somebody in danger. But there are moments when you have to let people learn. You can't jump in every time they hesitate. You can't jump in every time they struggle. Sometimes the best thing you can do as a leader is stand just close enough to help, but far enough away to let them figure it out. That's hard, but that's leadership. I can look back on my life and I see people who invested in me. See some that didn't, but I see people who invested in me, people that helped me do the things that I needed to do. People didn't just tell me I was good, doing good. They told me the truth when I needed it. They corrected me. They challenged me. They gave me chances I probably wasn't ready for yet. Didn't always appreciate it at the time, but sometimes I thought they were being hard on me. Sometimes I thought they expected too much. Looking back, those were the people that helped me grow. They saw something in me before I saw it myself. I've said it here before. Bo Smallwood, who's first person to ever say that I could be a leader, told someone else to tell me that I was a natural born leader. Man, that was huge. Still don't believe it myself all the time. Great leaders, good leaders, great leaders, they don't just see where somebody is, they see what they could be. Then they help them get there. When I was leading my first small group, Tim Wallace let me lead that group while he watched. He came to that group and let me lead it and did what he had to do, help develop me. That small group led to things that led to me sitting right here in my little studio doing this podcast. Also had times where I could help develop someone else. It's not always pretty. Sometimes they don't listen. Sometimes they mess it up. But the folks that I've gotten to develop, that I've gotten to pour into, that I see where they are now, that they're successful, man, it's a great feeling. So sometimes it takes 2 steps forward and 1 step back, and then one day something clicks and they'll handle a problem without needing you. And by the way, I love it the times that I've seen something get taken care of that I didn't have to deal with myself because I taught somebody how to do it before. That's cool. That's fun. That's neat. So when they step up and they teach somebody else, when they make a good decision, they take ownership, and then you realize one time wasted. The patience mattered. That investment paid off. There ain't much better than watching somebody grow into more they thought they could be. So here's the practical part. Look around you. Who are you developing? Who are you teaching? Who are you giving your time to? Who are you helping grow? Leadership ain't about just getting through today. It ain't just about telling people what to do. It's about building people for tomorrow. Start simple. Pick one person, teach them one thing, give them responsibility, coach them through that one mistake, encourage on one good decision. You don't have to have a whole leadership program. You just need to care enough to invest. When somebody does something right, you tell them. When they improve, point it out. When they mess up, don't just chew them out. Coach them. There is a difference. Correction says you did this wrong. Coaching says, here's how we're going to do it better. People need both. They need truth and direction, not just criticism, not just pressure. They need somebody willing to help them grow. And here's the truth. Here's the hard truth. If the people around you aren't growing, then you're probably not leading. You might be managing, you might be supervising, but you're not leading. You might be getting things done, but you're not developing people, and that's going to catch up with you eventually. That's a test. Are people better because they work with you? Are they more confident, more capable, more reasonable, responsible? Are they more prepared? Do they know more now than they did 6 months ago? Are you building people or just using people to get work done? That's a question worth sitting with. Real leadership leaves people better than it found them. Real leadership leaves people better than they found them, making better people. And I hope that's what you're doing in your life, in your sphere of influence, is making those around you better. And I've said it before, I want to be able to sit at my funeral. Well, I won't be able to hear it, but for people to say, I'm a better person. I'm a better leader. I'm a better whatever because I was around him. And that should be your goal as well. So if this helped you, send it to somebody. Share it, like it, put it on your socials. Y'all know what to do. That's how we're going to grow. That's how we're going to move the needle. Let's grow together. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for your time. We'll see you next time.